Feel like you're one of our very own.
Oh, I am. I spent my teenage years in Chicago, and my adulthood was here in Detroit. And I've been all over the United States. There's no place like Detroit. When I first got here to Detroit, lucky for me, my mother was so, best way I can describe it, she was gangster, man.
Yeah.
When I finally met, Coleman Young, Mayor Young, he was like, yeah, I talked to your mom, and I was like, what? He said, yeah, your mama called, told me to look out for you. I remember asking Chief Hardhill, who's the police chief at that time, so what's the baddest neighborhood in Detroit? What's the neighborhood y'all having the most problems to? And he's like, one of the areas that they was having some problems with was on Mack and Gray. And I was like, is it a park over there? About 2 days later, I get a call at my house, because, Mayor Young and everybody, they have my number and everything. He say, hey man, what you doing over on Mack and Gray? The first responsibility that we all have is to come back in our neighborhoods and show up. I remember pulling up on Chris Webber and Steve Smith's block, right?
Okay.
And just being out there talking to them. Jalen and Derek Coleman, all those kids were in my camp. That was my first introduction, basketball-wise, to Detroit. And I was like, okay, we can win here.
Yeah.
We just got to get ourselves together.
So, what was the battle that was your absolute favorite?
I always loved going home and beating Chicago.
Yeah.
That was one thing that happened on the court that I ain't never told that story about. We had everybody at the game from Bob Seger and Kid Rock to Aretha and Stevie Wonder. We covered the whole gamut.
Yeah.
Everything comes from here. But don't nobody want to give Detroit the credit for the incubator of the culture. Yeah. When Nelson Mandela got out of prison, the first place in the United States he visited was Detroit.
With a piston jacket
With a piston jacket on. The love that you are given and the love that you are putting across the country and across the world. Now, you say it a little rougher than I do. This is my first podcast in Detroit. Why did I come here and why did I seek you out? Is because you on the block, you walking the streets, you hugging, you taking care of, you saying the right things, you doing the right things, you living it. And I wanted to be a part of that.